Hello there. Okay, so now I am going to change the format of what I'm doing on video a little bit. This is the day when I'm going to start making a little bit of a change. Instead of doing everything just live on the spot, I'm going to try to do things pre-recorded. This will solve two problems. Well, solve another one as well. But the two problems that I've been working with is, first of all, there's been some technical issues with the connection on my end. And so sometimes there's disruptions or delays. And if I pre-record the messages, then that should remove any potential technical disruption that could happen for a whole variety of reasons. The other reason is because sometimes I may just simply not be able to make it. We discovered this earlier as I just got really sick. I'm of course much better. Right now, things are relatively back to normal. Normally, something like that, I'd be over it pretty soon. But unfortunately, I was physically just so exhausted and worn out over pretty much this entire year, with just so many things that I had to work through and resolve, that I was just exhausted. So it took me much longer to get over what it was, whatever it was that I was working with, but I'm going to get sick again. I'm just a person like anybody else, and I'm old. So this will alleviate that problem. If there's something that comes up on my end that I just can't be present live at the appointed time, then this way you'll never know. I'll be able to do recordings in advance to be able to prepare for any kind of disruption. So that things are working seamlessly, especially because there are so many small groups that are depending on the Sunday morning presentations. So I'll solve that problem. Another problem is that it was my intention to take the live Q&As and then chop them up based on the individual questions later on, and then upload the individual videos, and that just hasn't been working out because it just takes an additional amount of time that hasn't been present for me to do that. My intention is to produce a reasonable answer to the kinds of questions that people are asking, and then post them, or at least post an index to them through the website aaronbudgeon.net. That was what I was hoping to do when I first set it up a couple of years ago. And it just hasn't happened. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to answer questions individually on a recording, and then I'm going to turn the camera off and then do the next question. And so that way I'll automatically have them broken up into different pieces, and it'll be easier for me to go ahead and build that index into the aaronbudgeon.net website that I'd like to develop. I also want to use that website to be able to write and post additional articles, not just on biblical subjects, but I want to post it on other subjects as well. On the front page of it right now, I have an article that I wrote years ago. And what that is that's a means by which I can do evangelism by reaching out to people with topics that would be of interest to them. And if they think, hey, that sounds interesting, maybe I'd like to see what else this person is doing, then they can request a login into the website, and there you go. They find the biblical stuff there. So that's what I'd like to do. Now, over the last couple of years, as I've been doing this, like I said, I have discovered that there is just a limit on time. I do need funding to be able to do this, because if I do it on my own time, which, well, for the most part, that's what I've been doing. Not for the most part, but maybe about 40 to 50%. I've been doing on my own time. I have to make up the difference doing other things. It's just tough. So for me to be able to put a little bit more effort into this, time into this, to develop the website a little bit more and to create an index, which is going to become more valuable because there's going to be a lot of videos and they're all going to be all spread out. Topics are everywhere. It's going to be really helpful to have things listed by topic and listed by chapter and verse. And so if I can build an index and organize everything that way, it would make a big deal. It would be a big deal. It would make a big difference. So if you'd like to help me with this, which I will definitely need help to do this, I've got to buy more time. And so if you'd like to help me to produce this, just contact me by email, and I'll let you know how this can be done. It's not, you can't do it through Living God Ministries, because when I wrote the charter for Living God Ministries, I wrote it in a specific way that it could only be using funding for radio broadcasting, and that's it. And I'm not going to encourage the directors to change that in order to pursue something separate or in addition, such as this. All right. Although I do manage my time in the exact same way that I do for Living God Ministries. All right, so I will go ahead and do this, and I think that these changes will make a big difference. I know that several of you like to be here with me live. I love it to be here live with you also. But it turns out that the majority of the people who are viewing these videos are not viewing them live anyway. So we're not going to lose much on that. Also, I can do live presentations, as well, and so that we can have a time where we are kind of connected at the same time. I just won't do that so frequently, I suppose. I'm also looking at uploading Q&A videos. So we got the Sunday morning every morning, and I think I'll just change the time to 10 o'clock just because I feel like it. Okay, if you don't like that, if you want 10 o'clock Colorado time. If you don't like that and you really want it to be uploaded at a different time, well, this is a good time to mention it, and then I'll make the change. Otherwise, I'm just going to make it 15 minutes early and just enable these things for 10 o'clock. For the Q&A videos, I'm thinking I'm going to upload on Friday, maybe at 6 p.m. and Tuesday at 6 p.m. So you'll see a new video on this channel on Friday evening, Sunday morning, and Tuesday evening, and we'll see how that plays out. Okay, and make changes as it seems like it would be to everybody's advantage. Thanks.